far. I'ma tear you apart. Everywhere I go, yeah, everybody knows I'm stunning like a work of art.
Austin Cindric.
Go. I'm coming out with a bang. Going up on the next big thing.
First Cup Series win.
We did it!
They're both in the wall.
Ain't nobody do it like this.
Hell yeah, boy.
Going up on the next big thing. They don't look like me. I'ma show you my teeth. When I get the call, I'm coming for it all. I'll knock it out. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm coming out with a bang.
The drama is building. Bubba Wallace wins.
Everybody want my shine.
He found a miracle.
Who is the world championship?
Chastain did a video game move. He's won his way into the championship.
I'm coming out with a bang.
Two-time, baby.
On the next big thing.
From the Music City Center in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee, welcome to the 2022 NASCAR Awards. She sung the national anthem prior to the NASCAR All-Star race at Texas Motor Speedway. Now she's here to perform the hit single Just Drive off her debut EP, 40 East. Please welcome Records Nashville recording artist, Erin Kinsey. From NASCAR on NBC, please welcome your hosts for the 2022 NASCAR Awards, Kim Coon and Marty Snyder.
Good evening and welcome to the 2022 NASCAR Awards. Another thrilling season has concluded and we're back here in Nashville to celebrate champions from all across the world of NASCAR.
Tonight in the heart of Music City, we'll celebrate the championship-winning drivers from the NASCAR Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Camping World Truck Series. We'll also recognize several champions from the Touring, International, and Esports Series as well.
And it's only fitting that we recognize esports, considering Ross Chastain pulled off a move this year we thought was only possible on iRacing. And Ross, if you're not happy where you're seated right now, we can move you over where you'll be much more comfortable right up against the wall.
That'd be good. I think Ross would take you up on that. It was a significant year of change for NASCAR for the first time ever. The year began in Los Angeles, where a new and improved Busch Light Clash proved to be a terrific success.
NASCAR also introduced a brand new car that produced exciting on-track action and 19 different winners in the Cup Series. This group included 5 drivers who earned their first ever Cup Series victory.
The NASCAR playoffs delivered the usual dose of drama, and when the sun set over Phoenix Raceway, 2 rising stars emerged victorious for the first time, and a wily veteran at the ripe old age of 32 took home his second career championship.
And in the Camping World Truck Series, the 3rd time was the charm for Zane Smith, who won his first title after finishing runner-up in the previous 2 championship races.
In the Xfinity Series, a young driver with a familiar last name and talent beyond his years captured his first championship against immense odds.
And in the Cup Series, Joey Logano dominated the finale at Phoenix and earned his second career Cup Series championship, a heartwarming moment he was able to share with his family.
To say the least, this year was eventful. That would be an understatement. Let's take a look back at the 2022 NASCAR season.
The engines are fired. We're about to go racing. Start your engine! Green flag in the air. We're racing. He got hit coming into his pit stall.
You gotta be kidding me.
Gibbs has the best car, and Noah's not going to give him an inch.
We did it! You guys are awesome! What's he doing? Come on, terrible.
This is the new NASCAR.
Clear, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, copy. Gonna be our year, guys. Fire in the hole.
Burn it down, Logano.
First one on the next gen. On it, baby!
At the line, Cindric.
The big number 500! Holy cow! 5 team is gonna be a long day today. Excellent job. That was a team effort all day long.
And around goes all the number.
Justin Martin, thank you so much. Oh, we did it!
A lot is new here in Atlanta.
Still outsiders.
A thread the needle situation.
Hell yeah, boys! Unbelievable, man. That was awesome.
The 63rd running of the Coca-Cola 600.
You said that, didn't you? Hell yeah!
Daniel Suarez is a NASCAR Cup winner.
For the first time ever in Cup Series history, there will be 7 different countries represented.
Watch this time. Copy buses on second gear, 34, 16, 10 away. 5 away. 5, 4, 3. Wheel straight. Brake on. Wheel straight. Go, 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 go.
4 in a row. Gregson does it.
That is how you do it.
Jeremy Clements is going to win at Daytona.
Can you guys believe this?
What you do when you're trying to make the playoffs.
Oh, there he goes.
19 different winners in 2022.
Hell yeah! What they gonna say now, baby? That is so awesome. Way to go. That's why you never give up. We live on, boys.
And these two have beat and banged all year long. What's going to happen? It was a video game move. I have never seen anything like that before in my life.
The white flag is out. Throw a blanket over the 3 for the championship.
Checker flag. Yes!
What a championship race.
Ty Gibbs is going to win the race and the championship.
I love you. Let's go. All right, boys. Today's our day. Let's go get it.
Logano has been the class of the field all day long.
2 times, baby.
Our 2022 champion.
From NASCAR on Fox, please welcome your co-host for tonight's awards, Caitlin Vincey.
If this year's Camping World Truck Series playoffs are any indication, the future of NASCAR is bright. It was 4 young, hungry, and talented drivers battling under the lights in Phoenix for National Series glory.
championship, ready to battle for it. Jonathan Nemechek off 4.
Hell yeah, boys. Good job. Governor Jackson. Awesome job, Joe. Love you, buddy.
Chandler Smith wins at Richmond.
Zane Smith, Chandler Smith, Ty Majeski, and Ben Rhodes, your championship 4 for 2022.
Yeah, boys, let's go get a championship, baby.
To celebrate NASCAR Camping World Truck Series drivers who battle for a championship in Phoenix, welcome back, Kim Kuhn.
And his first full-time season with ThorSport Racing was a memorable one. He earned his first career victory in the Camping World Truck Series in September at Bristol Motor Speedway, becoming the first driver to qualify for the Championship 4 at Phoenix. The winning momentum continued as he won in dominant fashion at Homestead Miami Speedway just 2 races later. Finishing 4th in the Camping World Truck Series standings, the driver of the number 66 Toyota, Ty Majeski. Last year's Sunoco Rookie of the Year managed to have an even more impressive sophomore campaign in 2022. Winning the second race of the season at Las Vegas, he locked his playoff spot early and would go on to earn 2 more victories at Pocono and Richmond. Finishing 3rd in the Camping World Truck Series standings, the driver of the number 18 Toyota, Chandler Smith. The defending Camping World Truck Series champion won the Bristol Dirt Race, but it was consistency that carried him and his ThorSport Racing team to the Championship 4. Though he fell short of consecutive titles, the fight was a thrilling one, right up until the checkered flag of the championship race. Finishing 2nd in the Camping World Truck Series standings, the driver of the number 99 Toyota, Ben Rhodes. And now joined by a driver who took home one of the sport's most coveted awards, here's Caitlin.
Thank you, Kim. I'm here with the 2022 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Sunoco Rookie of the Year, Corey Heim. And Corey, you had 2 wins this season. Did you exceed your own expectations and what you thought you'd do this year?
Yeah, I really came into this year just wanting to prove I belong in the sport and prove that I can compete at a high level. And I really think I did that this year, with 2 wins in a part-time year. And I remember, growing up at Atlanta Motor Speedway, just dreaming to get an opportunity to race in the Truck Series and watching, Kyle Busch win Truck, Xfinity, and Cup races. And to be able to race for him to begin with is so special, but to be able to go out and win at my home track was just something I'll never forget, for sure.
You mentioned Kyle Busch. You've raced for him for a couple of years. What's it been like having him as a mentor for you in your career?
Yeah, Kyle's been great. I've been able to lean on him, whether he's busy or racing. Anytime he looks at his phone and he's got a text from me, make sure he gets back to me and I can lean on him for any kind of information. So it's been a great 2 years with Kyle Busch Motorsports, 2 part-time years, and I've definitely learned things that I'll never forget, and I'll be able to apply to all types of future racing for me.
Well, congratulations on a great year. We look forward to seeing what you do next season. Kim?
To accept the 2022 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Manufacturer Championship is the president of Toyota Racing Development, David Wilson. David, in 19 seasons competing in this series, this is Toyota's 13th Manufacturers Championship. What is it about this series and Toyota and TRD?
Well, thank you, Kim. First, I would like to congratulate the very relaxed champions here that we're celebrating this evening. Joey Logano, Penske Racing, Zane Smith, Front Row Motorsports, and of course, Ty Gibbs and Joe Gibbs Racing. Ty, we are so proud of you, man. Your family is our family. I'd also like to recognize our fellow competitors, our OEM competitors at Chevrolet and Ford. Congratulations on your respective championships, and thank you for your partnership on and off the track. The NASCAR Truck Series will always have a close place to our heart because it was Toyota's gateway into NASCAR's National Series back in 2004. Our first opportunity to get to know our industry colleagues, our first opportunity to get to know these incredible fans. Now, manufacturers' championships don't come easy, and they can't come single-handedly. So for Toyota, the 12 wins this season in our Tundra TRD Pro is such a credit to our team partners and drivers. So thank you, Kyle Busch Motorsports, Hattori Racing, ThorSport, and Friesen Racing. Of course, none of this is possible without the hardworking and dedicated family at Toyota Racing and TRD. Lisa, Tony, Paul, and your whole amazing team. Andy, Slugger, Jodan, thanks for your leadership and taking care of our team partners every single day.
And there are a lot of changes coming for Toyota in the Truck Series for 2023. And I know these changes, they're not always easy, are they?
Well, you know, change can be uncomfortable, but there are also opportunities with change. For Toyota, 2023 marks our 20th year competing in the Truck Series. And we're going to celebrate that anniversary with our fans and our team partners. We also look forward to welcoming our new partners at Tricon Garage. But speaking of change, I want to take a moment to thank Kyle and Samantha Bush and everybody at Kyle Busch Motorsports for the partnership and friendship over the past 14 seasons. Obviously, KBM have been vital to so many truck championships for Toyota and critical to our driver development program. But most importantly, Kyle has been an amazing ambassador and a great friend to Toyota and TRD over the past 14 years. And we wish nothing but the best for Kyle, Samantha, and their family.
You guys have a lot to look forward to in 2023. Congratulations again on another big season for Toyota. Now to honor our championship team in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, here's Caitlin.
Thank you, Kim. I'm with the 2022 championship winning crew chief, Chris Lawson. Chris, Zane Smith, he finished second in the championship twice. What was it about you and your team's chemistry that was able to cross that threshold and get the top spot?
I think it's just the belief in us knowing that if we did our part, he's going to do his, and never questioning that no matter what, even when it looked like it wasn't going to happen or like we were in a bad spot, it always pulled through.
That final pit stop, you put tires on and told your driver to have at it. How confident were you in your driver right at that point?
Confident enough to do it. I never second-guessed his abilities, and I knew that if I gave him tires that he was going to get there.
He has a full slate next season. Of course, he's returning in the trucks, but he's going to do Xfinity, Cup, Daytona 500 debut. What do you think is the future for Zane Smith? It's pretty bright, isn't it?
I would think it is, yeah. I'd say it's probably going to hold a few more trips back here to this amazing event, and I would like to think that it's going to be with his name on a Cup car someday.
Well, congratulations on a winning season. You're a champion. It was great to watch you all season long. Kim?
Thanks, Caitlin. I'm joined by the 2022 championship owner of Front Row Motorsports, Bob Jenkins. And what are your emotions right now celebrating your first championship as a team owner?
You know, it's really hard to describe. I see how hard this team works every week preparing these trucks. We just about have to run them out of the race shop. And then every race day, they compete so hard. And this, for me, has just really been a dream season. And it really made, standing here tonight something special.
Well, we just heard Caitlin and Chris discuss Zane Smith. He's remaining with the team in 2023. Not even that, he is going to be making some Xfinity and Cup Series starts. So is it fair to say that Zane represents a very big part of Front Row Motorsports?
He does. I mean, we recognized early on Zane is a tremendous talent. And the other thing that we saw pretty quickly was that the chemistry that Zane and Chris Lawson and the team have. And combined, they just did so much. And so we're super excited to have him back in 2023 and beyond.
And this is only your third season running full-time in the Camping World Truck Series. Did you expect this much success this quickly?
Well, when we got in the series, we decided we wanted to race for wins and compete for championships. And I really have to give the credit to Jerry Freeze and the leadership at Front Row because they put the pieces together to make this happen. Our partners at Ford and all of our other partners that just come on board and bought into the vision, what we wanted to do, it really made all this possible and it made it happen for us.
Bob, congratulations on an amazing season and a championship. Caitlin?
Thanks, Kim. On the championship stage in Phoenix, Zane Smith was handed the most coveted trophy in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. In addition to that championship trophy, Smith also took home the 2022 Goodyear Rubber and Tire Award. The award is a bronze replica of the number 38 Ford he drove during the 2022 season. Smith also won the Sunoco Diamond Performance Award for his race-winning performance at Phoenix Raceway. So how did Zane Smith finally capture all these trophies? That would be a dominant truck, a race-winning strategy, and the determination that he wouldn't be runner-up for a third consecutive season.
22-year-old driver from Huntington Beach, California.
Tonight we get to go do something people dream of, so let's go execute on it. Be perfect.
There goes Zane.
Zane Smith has won at Daytona International Speedway.
Zane Smith back to the top spot once again.
Blow those rear tires off us, bud. Unbelievable work this year from everyone.
Zane Smith is winning it, and he has done it. Checkered flag in the air. The championship goes to Zane Smith.
Go celebrate tonight.
Zane Smith is your NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion.
Please welcome NASCAR Senior Vice President of Racing Development and Strategy, Ben Kennedy.
Championship drivers have always been able to maintain their composure in high-pressure situations. At the age of 23, this year's Camping World Truck Series champion did exactly that, showing the poise of a seasoned veteran. He kicked off the 2022 season with a thrilling victory at Daytona and emerged as an early favorite. The question was, after coming so close the previous 2 seasons, did he have what it took to finally break through? It didn't take many laps at Phoenix to realize that the answer to that question was a resounding yes. He kept his cool during an intense overtime restart, put the competition in his rearview mirror, and closed the deal in impressive fashion. At such a young age, one can't help but feel like we're watching a future NASCAR superstar writing the beginning of his story. It is now my honor to introduce the 2022 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, Zane Smith.
Alrighty, thank you, Ben. First off, I have to say it is an unmatched feeling to be standing up here looking at everyone I've looked up to as a kid. Getting to this point has been a journey, especially in motorsports, and a day I never saw my future at times. I have so many people I want to thank, but it starts with Bob Jenkins. Thank you and your family for taking the chance on me and allowing me to be a part of your race team, where I've gotten to have the most fun year of racing I've ever had. The whole 38 truck team is some of the smartest, most hardworking, and dedicated group I've ever been a part of. They always gave me great trucks throughout the year, and I'm so happy we were able to make it all worth it in Phoenix with arguably the best truck I've had all year. Thank you to everyone at Ford Motor Company, Ford Performance, including the Ford family, Jim Farley, Mark Rushbrook, Pat DeMarco, and Matt Todd. On the personal side, I want to highlight a few people that played a massive key role in my career to date. Roy DeBon, Tim Casey, and Mike Avila. Those 3 have taught me so much and are a huge, huge reason I'm able to stand up here tonight. I want to thank my parents. The huge sacrifices that were made are so tough to match and explain. My dad for putting everything he's ever worked for, or hopefully one day seeing me accomplish my goals I've had since I was 3 years old. To my mom for putting her life on hold to move across the country and live in a motorhome with me, traveling racetrack to racetrack. I'm so happy you were both able to celebrate with me in Phoenix. I'm still not sure if my mom was more excited to see me win my first championship or get a picture with Jeff Gordon, since that's always been her dream. So I'm just happy we were both able to accomplish our dreams that night. And last, a very important one, my biggest fan, favorite person, and the damn hottest date here, my fiance McCall. We've been through the hardest of times, the greatest of times. We stood in the parking lot together in Phoenix, not knowing what was next for my racing career, and now we stood on a championship stage together. and I wouldn't want it to be with anyone else. I'm so lucky to have you by my side through it all, and forever thankful for you. I dreamed of these moments all my life, and it feels awesome to make them come true. I will be on Broadway. Since this speech is over, I have lost probably more sleep than I have going into Phoenix. So I hope everyone has an awesome night, and congratulations to the other champions, Ty and Joey, and your race teams. I'm done.
Valued partners are more than just sponsors. They're critical members of the NASCAR family. They support so many blue chip brands, and they bring the sport to millions of fans. So let's take some time to recognize a series entitlement partner and the 4 NASCAR Premier partners. This series entitlement partner helped provide another thrilling season of truck racing. We thank them for their 15 years of contributions to NASCAR and the unique connection they made to millions of race fans. Camping World.
The beverage maker that sponsors the NASCAR Cup Series Pole Award, as well as the number 4 car driven by Kevin Harvick in the Cup Series premier partner, Busch Light. An iconic brand and entitlement partner of the prestigious Coca-Cola 600, the regular season finale Coke Zero Sugar 400, several drivers, and the NASCAR iRacing Series premier partner, Coca-Cola. The insurance provider synonymous with the restart zone and campgrounds at many of the racetracks, premier partner, Geico. And the provider of the fastest internet and streaming speeds at the premier partner of the entitlement series as well, the Xfinity Series, Xfinity. On behalf of NASCAR, thank you all for your support.
In 2015, Comcast launched the Comcast Community Champion of the Year to recognize individuals in the NASCAR industry who are giving back. Each year, Comcast donates $30,000 to the 3 finalist charities of choice, with the Champions charity receiving $60,000. This year's finalists were Jess Ferreira from CSM Production, Sherry Pollux of the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation, and Josh Williams, driver for DGM Racing. Now, despite a busy work schedule that includes traveling to the racetrack almost every week, she serves as a single mom to not 1, but 2 foster children. Their siblings who are reunited due to her big heart. Her affiliated charity, Foster Village Charlotte, allows foster parents to connect with and support each other.
I work for CSM Production, and we produce all of the opening ceremonies portion of the NASCAR races. I really didn't know much about foster care. It was actually during the pandemic, and I wasn't traveling for work anymore, and I was just looking into it. And the more I looked into it, the more I just felt that God was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
North Carolina, 12,000 children are in foster care. Jessica came to an information meeting in May of 2021. You could already see that she had a huge heart and that she knew that she could still play a really big role in a kid's life.
You have to understand, the day that you are getting these children is also could be one of the worst days of their entire life. But you don't understand how much love you're gonna have immediately when these children walk through your door. I know I was called to be a foster parent. There are so many ways that the community can support foster care and these children. And I think it's the most important thing we can do is take care of the kids of our world.
As was announced last night, and might I note to not a dry eye in the house, the Comcast Community Champion of the Year winner, Jess Ferreira. In addition to honoring this season's champions, several year-end recognitions have been awarded for remarkable 2022 campaigns. The Mobile One Driver of the Year award winners for 2022 are, in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, Zane Smith, and in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Noah Gragson.
The year-end Busch Light Pole Award goes to the driver with the most pole positions in the NASCAR Cup Series with 4 total awards this season. The 2022 Busch Light Pole Award goes to the NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano.
This auto parts retailer has demonstrated its commitment to grassroots racing in a big way over its 3 seasons as a NASCAR official partner. For a second season, this entitlement partner of the NASCAR Weekly Series promoted the Advance My Track Challenge, focusing on local racetracks and communities to raise awareness of and celebrate grassroots racing. Through a consumer voting program, it awarded Jennerstown Speedway a $50,000 prize. Distributing 6,000 tickets to local stores for free admission to the Speedway's celebration event. This brand most recently partnered with the NASCAR Drive for Diversity Driver Development Combine, developing new storytelling opportunities and helping to live stream the event for the first time in program history. The 2022 Marketing Achievement Award winner, Advance Auto Parts.
From Las Vegas to Phoenix, the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs provided no shortage of drama. It was an intense 7-race battle where one driver would ultimately reign supreme.
Yeah, we got a crash. Get spinning out. Noah Gregson's going to make it 3 wide for the lead as they come up 2. It's Allgaier, Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, and Ty Gibbs. Those are the championship 4 that will fight for the title.
We saw 7 thrilling races in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs, culminating in a deserving championship 4. So let's meet them now. He finished his first full-time NASCAR Xfinity Series season with 3 wins, parking his Chevrolet in victory lane at Las Vegas to make the championship 4. 4th place in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Josh Berry. This JR Motorsports mainstay won multiple races for the 3rd consecutive season. A model of consistency, he finished in the top 10 in the final 5 playoff races. 3rd in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Justin Allgaier. This Las Vegas native completed the season with a series best 8 wins and tied a record with 4 straight victories. NASCAR Xfinity Series championship runner-up, Noah Gregson. Caitlin?
Well, Kim, he locked up a spot in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs immediately, winning the season-opening race at Daytona. That put the series on notice that he would be a force all season long. On the strength of 2 wins and a 6th-place championship finish, the 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series Sunoco Rookie of the Year is Austin Hill. Congratulations to Austin, and to start the celebration of our NASCAR Xfinity Series championship team, back to Kim.
I'm joined by NASCAR Xfinity Series driver champion crew chief Chris Gale. Now, Chris, how was it to work with the young talent of Ty Gibbs all season and help him develop into a NASCAR Xfinity Series champion?
It was fun. You know, some of us are rather old compared to Ty, so it's nice to see the first and the excitement from him, right? It almost rekindled some of my excitement about why I got involved in racing. So every weekend was, you know, something neat. And for those that actually know me, know I'm pretty fiery. And actually, Ty would have to do most of the time, like calming me down and keeping me calm, which seems very odd.
Love it. Well, you've worked with several different drivers over the course of your years in the sport and several drivers who have won cup races. So how does Ty fit in with that group?
Yeah, I think Ty has the one common denominator, right? Like, he's talented, but he's aggressive, right? He is going to try to go for the wins, and that's the one thing you have to have. He's a relentless worker, and I think that's what will show through over the course of his career. You know, he's going to be a rookie in the Cup Series, but he's going to work hard enough that he's going to try to catch up to everybody else very quickly.
And speaking of that jump to the Cup Series next season, you're joining him. You're going to be going back to the Cup Series alongside Ty. What are your feelings as you make that step back up to the Cups?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think that, you know, as a competitor, everybody wants to measure themselves to the best, and the best is in the Cup Series. So that I feel like that week in and week out, we're going to know where we stand, you know, and I know it's going to be tough. You know, I'm not a rookie crew chief in the Cup Series, but Ty being a rookie, I think you just kind of learn to build the program a little at a time and get better each week. And I think the sky's the limit for our team.
Thanks, Chris. Congratulations on your championship.
And I'm here with the NASCAR Xfinity Series champion owner, Coach Joe Gibbs. It's great to see you. And you've accomplished so much in different sports. Where does seeing your grandson win a championship, though, rank for you?
I think any parent or grandparent gets a thrill out of seeing their kids chase their dreams. And I think this has been a dream for Ty. This is what he's wanting to do. So Heather, Coy, Pat, all of us, we get a kick out of it, and we love it.
Were the emotions any different for you? Obviously, you've been through many title hunts before, but was it different emotions watching your grandson doing it?
I will say I kind of get sweaty palms, you know, when it's Ty's out there. But I think our first two grandkids that came out of school and were ready to go and chase things and chase their dreams were, right now we have Ty, obviously, is after it, and Jackson is on our pit crew. And so I think our family's all in on NASCAR. We love it, love being a part of the NASCAR family. I just want to say to everybody out there also, thank you so much for the way you've reached out in these last few weeks for our family.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you being here. We know it's been an emotional year, but congratulations on the success. Thank you.
At every level of racing, Ty Gibbs has piled up the trophies, and his performance at Phoenix earned him a few more. Gibbs received the Goodyear Rubber and Tire Award and the iconic silver replica of his number 54 Toyota. He also earned the Sunoco Diamond Performance Award following his championship-winning season. It's quite the collection for the 20-year-old, and this dominant season has made it clear there is plenty more where that came from.
Ty Gibbs this year, first full year of competition in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Much has been made this year about Ty Gibbs. He's beaten some of the very best to win these races.
This is a 19-year-old driving like he's been doing this for 10 or 12 years.
Let's go!
Ty Gibbs, an amazing pass on the 17 of Kyle Larson. I'm really impressed with Ty Gibbs.
It's shocking that a young man can be that good that early. He's proven that he can do it.
That high line works again as Gibbs clears. Gibbs so strong.
And at 20 years old, Ty Gibbs is the NASCAR Xfinity Series 2022 champion.
Talent was what got him the win here.
Please welcome NASCAR Chief Operating Officer Steve O'Donnell.
Rarely do we see a driver climb into a race car and dominate with seeming ease. And this year's NASCAR Xfinity Series champion has natural talent and innate ability to boost his performance during the biggest moments. And he's combined his gifts with a tenacity that has produced immediate success at every level. And though he's only 20 years of age, he's managed adversity well beyond this year, continuing to do so this day and even on this stage. Everyone gathered here tonight is all part of the NASCAR family. And I know I speak for everyone by saying that the entire NASCAR family is 100% behind this young man that I'm about to introduce. Please welcome 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion, Ty Gibbs.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. I'm humbled to be up here as your 22 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. Congratulations to all the other champions as well, Zane and Joey. Thank you to the France family and all the NASCAR officials and the Wayne Otten and all for what you do for us. It was good to see you in victory lane rather than the NASCAR hauler, so that's always really nice. I want to say thank you to Monster Energy, Toyota, Interstate Batteries, and Sport Clips, and everybody at Xfinity. It's a pleasure to be your 2022 NASCAR Xfinity champion. And also thank you to my fans and to the 54 crew. I love this team. Thank you for everything they have done for me. From Chris Gill to the engineers, from the mechanics to the pit crew, and everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, thank you. And thanks to my family. I love you. I hope everybody has a great off season and enjoy it. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the claps. I really appreciate it.
As we listen to Chris, Coach, and Ty speak, we can't help but remember someone instrumental to Joe Gibbs Racing's lasting success, Coy Gibbs. He meant so much to so many. Our thoughts continue to be with the Gibbs family at this time. And tonight is the night of champions at all levels, and Coy was one of them, including last year in the ARCA Menard Series with his son. So now let us honor this year's ARCA Menard Series champions, along with the champions from the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, NASCAR's Pinty Series, and the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. This member of the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program won 3 times this season at Talladega, Kansas, and Michigan. The ARCA Menard Series champion, Nick Sanchez.
He won 5 of 7 races, taking wins at New Smyrna, Pensacola, Nashville, Milwaukee, and Bristol. ARCA Menard Series East champion, Sammy Smith.
And this 22-year-old Californian had 4 victories, winning twice at Portland and once at Sonoma and Irwindale. ARCA Menard Series West champion, Jake Drew.
This 20-year-old from Bahamian, North Carolina, won 16 races and the track title at South Boston Speedway on his way to becoming the youngest ever NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series champion. Lane Riggs, everyone.
And behind the strength of a win at Claremont Motorsports Park and 13 top 10s, he earned a title in just his second full-time season. 2022 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion, John McKennedy.
He dominated north of the border with 3 wins and top 5s in all but 4 races this year. The 2022 NASCAR Pinty Series champion, Marc-Antoine Cameron.
And he punched his ticket to the playoffs with a photo finish win at Virtual Pocono and finished runner-up at Virtual Phoenix Raceway in the first ever live final from the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion, Casey Kerwin. Congratulations to all of our champions. We look forward to seeing what you do next season. Thank you.
In 2006, the Betty Jane France started the NASCAR Foundation with a clear goal, improving the lives of children in racing communities across the country. For more than a decade, the Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award has honored that vision, recognizing NASCAR fans who have made an impact on the lives of children in their communities through volunteer efforts. Each year, the NASCAR Foundation donates $100,000 to the winner's charity.
This year's winner received the most online votes among a strong list of finalists, including Dan Majatich of Nick and Kelly Children's Heart Fund, Tammy Garrett of Rappahope Children's Retreat Foundation of Alabama, Ralph Macarone of Who We Play For, and Tracy Williams of Tom Coughlin J Fund Foundation. A NASCAR fan, this year's winner co-founded Who We Play For in 2012 with the vision to inspire and empower schools, sports clubs, and communities to provide heart screenings for all student athletes and students.
My name is Ralph Macarone, and I'm a co-founder of Who We Play For. Who We Play For is an organization that is raising the awareness of sudden cardiac arrest. Our son, Rafe, passed away December 1st, 2007.
Rafe had collapsed in front of us. We weren't sure why.
We had no idea what a cardiac arrest was or that it could happen to anybody of any age.
We saw behind the curtain what his life represents. Thousands of kids every year who die from detectable heart conditions, and there's nothing we wanted more than to change that standard of care.
We thought that we should build something out of this and make sure that others didn't have to go through it as well.
Sudden cardiac arrest is a silent killer. No one knows that they have it until they're tested. The Who We Play For organization, to date, we have screened over 200,000 kids.
We've saved over 200 children with a simple 5-minute EKG screen.
No one ever thinks, oh, that could be me, but it was me. It's such an easy test, and it should be required in children's physicals, but it's not.
Nobody should be a statistic of something that can be easily prevented.
We bring the affordable, non-invasive, life-saving heart screenings to hundreds of schools and athletic programs and colleges across the United States.
Our main mission is saving lives.
This organization saved my life.
Ralph is an extremely genuine person. He's the foundation that drives us and keeps us going.
Ralph is the lighthouse for Who We Play For. Ralph keeps us as centered and as focused as we possibly could be on this mission.
As a parent, my biggest fear was Rafe's, after he had passed away, that he would be forgotten. Through the Who We Play For organization, his legacy lives on in the students' lives that we've saved.
1, 2, 3, right!
Please welcome the winner of the 2022 Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award, everyone, Ralph Macaron.
And Bruton Smith understood the most important tenet of NASCAR. Without the race fans, there would be no racing. Across his family of racetracks, his motto could be seen and, more importantly, felt. We work for the fans. Though we lost Bruton Smith in June, his legacy lives on through his son Marcus and the many passionate employees of Speedway Motorsports.
Presented by the National Motorsports Press Association, the Myers Brothers Award was established in 1958 to honor two of the sport's pioneers, Billy and Bobby Myers. The award recognizes individuals or a group who have made outstanding contributions to stock car racing. This year's winner has injected youth, energy, and a new approach to ownership in NASCAR. In his words, following his team's first win, we have some fun, look good, try to be fast, win races, and have a good time doing it. In just his second season as owner of Trackhouse Racing, his drivers recorded 3 wins and a berth in the championship race. The winner of the 2022 Myers Brothers Award, Justin Marks, everyone.
The Myers Brothers Award is not the only significant honor bestowed by the NMPA. The organization also presents the NMPA Most Popular Driver Award presented by Hooters, the only prestigious NASCAR honor determined solely by the vote of race fans. Since 1990, only drivers named Earnhardt and Elliott have won the award. And thanks to another stellar season and a keen connection with race fans, that trend will continue. For the 5th consecutive year, the 2022 NMPA Most Popular Driver Award presented by Hooters goes to Chase Elliott. Also, NASCAR today announced the Most Popular Driver Award winners in the Xfinity and Camping World Truck Series. In the Xfinity Series, the fans voted Noah Gragson as the most popular driver, and in the Camping World Truck Series, Haley Deegan took home the honors.
Caitlin, Ryan Blaney just texted he wants a recount on the votes, by the way.
Okay,
so
yeah,
he did. I don't know what that was about, but hey, the first 26 races gave fans a little bit of everything. Terrific racing, incredible stories, surprises, and heartbreak. As the checkered flag flew over Daytona to signal the end of the regular season, the stage was set for a dramatic and unpredictable NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
16 drivers, all with a shot at a championship.
Time we want to take it all the way to the top. Is y'all ready? Championship run continues today. We work our asses off for moments like this.
Let's go get it.
Do the best I can for you. If we can do this, we're here for a reason. Playoffs. Darlington. What a way to start it. Rolling. Ready.
The playoffs are here.
Here comes Denny Hamlin.
This place is going to be electric.
Something big is about to happen.
One of NASCAR's most demanding tracks hosts the first cutoff race of the season.
Here we know we got to do tonight, but that's the fun to kick the man.
Texas, Tyler Reddick wins.
Let's go! Let's be there at the end. We can do this. Hitting this time.
Blaney with momentum. He's not going to get there. Elliott's going to win at Talladega.
What a classic Talladega finish.
More tires. We live on, boys. Great job, Bell. That's why you never give up, man.
Joey Logano, welcome to the championship four.
Championship, baby.
Kyle Larson here, the second race of the round of 8. Bell out of turn 4. He's won his way into the championship.
It was a video game move off into turn 3. I have never seen anything like that before in my life.
Unbelievable. Chastain, Elliott, Bell, and Logano are going to fight for a championship in Phoenix.
Wow, what a playoff run it was in 2022. Let's start with the Cup Series playoff driver interviews with two guys who will be teammates next year, Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. Kyle, we'll start with you. You've had a few weeks to kind of decompress from the 2022 season, and a lot happened for you this year. Last year with Joe Gibbs Racing, last year with M&M's. When you look back on the 15 years with JGR and with Mars as well, what do you kind of take away and think about from those 15 years?
Man, I don't think we have a long enough time up here, but I'll give you my best. Certainly, I think one of the most first things that comes to mind is just I was a kid when I jumped over there, 22, 23 years old, whatever it was, and we went to some of these functions and some of these dinners and things like that, Samantha and myself, and we were just kids. We had no idea which fork was for what and the spoon and the knives and all that, and so we learned our way through life at Joe Gibbs Racing and through our childhood, and Joe taking a chance on an immature, emotional, young, fiery guy to come over there and drive the race car, and M&M's doing the same thing. I was able to grow and really learn and have an amazing time over there, and the memories and the lasting friendships and everything that I've had with the family. I mean, it's been like a family with Joe and Coy and JD and Melissa and Pat and Heather, and it's just a phenomenal time of success. 56 wins, dub champs, so it certainly has meant a lot to me in my life, Samantha, and our life, and of course my career.
I can vouch. You've been wearing the rings all day long to show them off here in Nashville. So, all right, let's focus forward, moving to Richard Childress Racing, the 8 car next year. What excites you the most about looking forward and what it will be like to race for a new race team?
Yeah, I think just a little bit of a fresh start. I kind of look back towards when I moved from Hendrick Motorsports to Joe Gibbs Racing, what that was kind of like, how we really took off and we were fired up and we won 8 races that first year. And then also I kind of look at the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning factor, where you see some of these guys that are successful in the organizations that they've built to the level of prestige that they're at, and you have that chance to be able to go somewhere else. And I got to prove that I'm able to do that I'm one of the catalysts of being able to elevate RCR to not only winning races, which they did this year, granted, give them credit where credit's due, but to bring them back to a championship caliber organization and go out there and win a championship, whether I do it or he does it.
This guy had a big hand in getting you to Richard Childress Racing. So what are you excited most about having a teammate like this guy?
Well, working with a 2-time champion, I mean, that's the easiest thing to say right there. I've already noticed that Kyle's a very persistent person. He wants things done the right way. I'm looking forward to working with him all year. And like you said, we want to put RCR back on top and get a championship.
Let's talk about your season on and off the track. Shout out Life in the Fast Lane, which was terrific on USA earlier this year. But on the track, Justin Alexander, final year with him, Keith Rodden coming in for you. Is the Daytona race the one thing you keep going back to in your mind with the dramatic win to make the playoffs?
Yeah, that was cool to come in clutch right there. I had Tyler Reddick had my back throughout that, so thank you, Tyler, for the tenure at RCR, and we really did accomplish a lot in our time frame together. Looking forward to doing it more often with Keith Rodden. Like you said, I got a new crew chief coming in. I'm really excited about that. The group that we had last year with Justin and Randall are staying together as well at RCR, so we've got a good core there, and we're just going to build it up.
Well done, both Austin and Kyle, on a terrific 2022. With more drivers from the round of 16, here's Kim.
Thanks, Marty. I'm with 2014 NASCAR Cup Series champion Kevin Harvick and 3-time winner in 2022, Tyler Reddick. And Kevin, we're going to start with you. Let's go back to the summer and the consecutive wins at Michigan and Richmond. And though you broke a bit of a winless streak, the team was very close to winning more often than not. What was that stretch like?
Well, I've had longer, so it didn't really bother me as much as I think everybody read into it, just because of the fact I knew that the team was headed in the right direction, and really from the middle of the year on, we ran well. So, I think as you go through all that and have been through those types of streaks before, was something that gave you a little more confidence in knowing that it was just a matter of when, if you kept putting yourselves in positions. So obviously you never want to lose. We like to win a lot more than we like to lose, and it makes it a lot more fun, but it's not easy.
And you may have racked up more miles than any driver this year by not only pulling duty as a driver, but duty as a racing dad. And if anybody likes to win, it's Keelan Harvick. We enjoyed watching Keelan's career throughout your social media. What does the future look like? And will there be any off-season racing?
Well, he races more than I do. So, I think trying to keep up with him is definitely a full-time job. So I'm going to leave here tonight and go watch him drive his Legends car, and then we'll leave for Italy on Monday to go watch another race.
Do you speak any Italian?
Ciao. That's about it.
All right, Tyler, a breakout season for you, winning your first Cup race and then 3 races overall. Take us back to Road America, that battle with Chase Elliott, and your first Cup Series win.
Yeah, that was a really great way to knock the first win off. As a team and as an organization, we've grown a lot together over the years and really gone in the right direction, and I'm really proud of that. But to win that first race that way, it was about the best way they could go down, being able to do it at a place like Road America that has such a rich history in road course racing, a very beautiful place to be at, and to race against Chase and go head to head with him and come through victorious was a really cool way to get the first one.
And a big move next year as you go to 2311 Racing. What are you most looking forward to?
There's a lot of change coming for sure, but more importantly, I really wanted to thank RCR Chevrolet for the last 3 years in the Cup Series, and RCR for the last 4 years in my career. Richard gave me a shot in the Xfinity car, believed in me, and we went out and won a championship that next year. And then that belief continued to grow and gave me an opportunity in the Cup Series for me to really learn a lot about what Cup racing is like, and it was a huge learning curve, but really thankful for them. And yeah, looking ahead, it's really exciting. I'm excited to be a part of 2311 and see what the future holds. We got a lot of work in the offseason ahead.
Well, Tyler, Kevin, congratulations on multi-win seasons, and enjoy what bit of a break you have. All right, let's go back to Marty, who's with 2 drivers from the round of 12.
Hanging out with Alex Bowman and Austin Cindric. Alex, I know it wasn't the close to the season that you wanted, but it was great to see you back in the race car at Phoenix. So when you got another win this year, when you kind of look back at the season, what were the highlights for you?
Yeah, obviously, that win at Vegas meant a lot to me. Anytime you can go head-to-head with Kyle Larson on a green-white checkered and get a win, it's a good day. But obviously wanted more throughout the season and thought we had a great playoff run going until I got hurt. So bummed about that, but super thankful for Mr. Hendrick and Jeff and everybody. They did so much to take care of me and to help me do the right things and see the right people to get back in the race car. It wasn't easy, but super glad to get back in the race car at Phoenix. Honestly, that was a highlight for me. Just being able to come back from that and not have to sit around all off season, not knowing how I'm going to feel next year, meant a lot to me. So, obviously crew chief change as well, so getting to finish the year with Greg was great as well.
I was going to ask you about that. You got one final race with Greg Ives. Blake Harris coming in to be your crew chief, certainly a very talented young crew chief. But what did Greg mean to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here without Greg Ives. The first phone call I got from anybody at Hendrick Motorsports was from Greg. Him and his family, we became family through all that. He worked so hard when I was filling in for Dale to make me feel comfortable and to help us find success right off the bat. I think he knew that if we could do that, he could change my life, and he absolutely did. To be able to be successful in 16 and turn that into a full-time ride in 2018 and still be here with Hendrick Motorsports was awesome. So I'm really excited for what the future holds with him between Garage 56 and all the other projects he's got going on. His son Parker is going to be a go-kart superstar before we know it. They're all over the country go-kart racing. So, he's super pumped and enthusiastic about that. And it's just great to see him be able to spend that much time with his family now. The Cup schedule, we complain about it as drivers a little bit, but it's really the crew guys and the teams that have it the hardest. So seeing him be able to kind of get back to his family and have weekends with his family is going to be really special.
That is certainly a good point. All right, we'll turn to Austin. So I know every driver wants more wins, Austin, but Daytona 500 champion, playoff driver, Rookie of the Year. Could you have scripted a much better season in your first year in the Cup Series than this one?
I mean, my car could be sitting where Joey's is, but no, obviously congratulations to him and everybody on the 22 team. But pretty incredible year, pretty incredible experience to move up into the Cup Series and really race against the best. And that's been a challenge that I've really wanted to go to work on and try and understand, not just racing with them, but how do I beat the best guys in the top level of motorsports. So something I'm really focused on for next year and continue, but certainly a great foundation starting this year.
You will not hold this over your buddies' heads, Harrison Burton and Todd Gilliland, that you won Rookie of the Year, will you, in any way?
I don't think so. I got to appreciate those guys because I could always count on them to sit next to me at driver intros because no one else would ever sit next to us. So it's
just because of the rookie status or what?
I guess so. I don't know. Ask Alex. Alex sat next to me at Sonoma. I remember these things.
What a nice guy.
He's like, we got to do 1948 Club before driver intros. Every single week, everybody's just kind of sitting around. We're all a bit awkward. And then there's Austin with a plate of food every time. He's got his pre-race meal every single week, eating, getting ready to go. But yeah, I sat next to you a couple times. I'm as awkward and shy at driver intros as you are.
You might have just really wanted the food is what he wanted.
I mean, food's a great way to bring people together.
That's a very good point. So, all right, guys, enjoy the off season, okay? Yeah, man. Kim?
I'm with first-time winner this season, Daniel Suarez, and the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Kyle Larson. And Daniel, let's start with you. Your win at Sonoma was clearly one of the highlights of the season, not only for you, but for the industry. What were your memories of that day and just 2022 overall?
Yeah, thank you, Kim. And first of all, congratulations to all the champions, Zane, Ty, and Joey. It was definitely a special weekend. You know, I felt that you know, Drag House as a whole, we were doing an amazing job building fast race cars and being fast pretty much every single weekend. And just, you know, something was happening every single week. And in Sonoma was just special. We were fast since the beginning, and we were able to do not make mistakes and stay up front most of the race. My crew chief did an amazing job. Travis Mack, the rest of the team, the big crew. And we're able to, in the second half of the race, to control the race and ended up being an amazing day. A day that I will never forget for many different reasons. You know, winning the race, obviously. 24 hours later, having the opportunity to actually spend time with my family in Mexico and having a few hundred Latinos there with Daniel's amigos. I mean, it was pretty incredible. A day that definitely I will never forget. I know that we're going to have more wins in the future, but the first one is going to be always special.
You mentioned it. One of the coolest parts of that win was watching Daniel's amigos and their celebration and how passionate they were about you winning. So what does it mean for you to have the support of fans, specifically such passion from the Mexican race fans?
Yeah, it's something that honestly is very, very difficult to explain because, you know, as a Mexican race car driver, coming from a different country, from a different culture, just 10 years ago, not being able to speak English and be able to connect with these people, you know, with this community in the races, and they make me feel like home, and I make them feel at home. Every single time that I see them, and we have these events, Daniel's Amigos, we speak Spanish to each other. We talk what I call the Mexican Spanish with a lot of slangs, and it's a lot of fun. You know, we feel very, very welcome, and I won't lie to you. You know, when we're racing in Sonoma and during cautions, all I can see on the right side of the first corner were, you know, a few hundred red T-shirts of a lot of guys just jumping around. You know, those Mexicans can be a little crazy. So it was a lot of fun. A day that I will never forget, and I just feel very, very blessed, very fortunate to be the guy that can represent an amazing community.
And you're doing a great job of it. Well, Kyle, from your reaction at the time, you could tell the win at Homestead Miami Speedway was a little extra something special. Why was it so important for you to earn the 5-team a place in the Owners Playoff Championship 4?
Yeah, that was definitely a special win that day. I got knocked out in the round of 12, but with the confusion of this season, our car was still able to go for the owner's title and on in the next round. So winning that race at Homestead gave us a chance to race for a championship. So it was a cool day, and to finally get a win at Homestead was pretty awesome.
And we know you never take breaks from racing. So what does the off season hold for you?
Yeah, this will actually be like my first ever off season. So I don't plan on doing much racing. We're about to have another baby, so life will be extra crazy in our house. But just looking forward to that. Baby's coming anytime this month, so looking forward to having a third to drag around to the racetrack next year.
Can't wait to welcome a third. Congratulations, both Daniel and Kyle, on a spectacular 2022 season. Marty?
With 2 more round of 8 drivers, Ryan Blaney and William Byron. Ryan, we'll start with you in a year when it seemed it was so hard for teams to build consistency. They would win one week and finish 15th the next week. How did the 12 team maybe build more consistency than anybody else in the garage and make such a deep run in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats to Joey Paul. There you are, Mr. Penske, on a great season and championship. But we were really consistent all year, and just the wins didn't come, and I felt like we had a good shot. We just couldn't really close it out. But really proud of the year. Fun to work with Jonathan Hassler for our first year together, and look forward to the future.
Per your text request, we did a recount. Chase did indeed win Most Popular Driver of the Year. I'm sorry. Your social media campaign worked, though. How can you adjust it next year to win Most Popular Driver over your buddy?
Well, you got to redo the whole system.
Oh, boy.
And you got to not allow voting in Georgia. So if we can get those 2 things, we might have a shot.
How are you going to make that happen?
I have no idea. I got to talk to Ben Kennedy somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Best of luck with that one. Yeah, right. All right, William. Hey, a career best 6 in the final championship standings. What helped you take a big step forward this year in your growth as a driver?
I think just working another year together with Rudy and kind of getting our growth continuing to improve. So it was a good year for us. We had our ups and downs for sure, but to get 2 wins on the season and get our highest points finish that we've had in 6 is something to build on. So happy with that, but definitely want more in 23.
So when you come that close to the championship 4, you mentioned Rudy Fugel, your crew chief. What confidence does that give you and him kind of moving forward that, hey, we can do that next year?
Yeah, I think, we honestly we came 1 race short. We had not a great Martinsville, which was surprising for us. We won there in the spring, but we just got to continue to work on those tracks that are sometimes weaknesses and continue to improve. But got a great team, got a great pit crew. They were super fast this year, so that was fun to watch. And just thanks to our whole team, thanks to Mr. Hendrick and Jeff Gordon, everybody at Hendrick Motorsports.
All right, congrats to both of you on a great season. Kim?
I'm now with Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin, 2 drivers who are on the verge of making the championship 4 until that final lap at Martinsville. So, Chase, how big of a relief was it for you to get your first Cup win at Phoenix?
Yeah, first off, just wanted to say congratulations to all the champions. But, it was a huge relief. I mean, that was the whole reason we even made the playoffs. We were kind of non-existent over the course of the summer. But, I think every race car driver in this room dreams of just getting to be in the Cup Series, but then to actually win in the Cup Series. And at the time, there's only 200 winners. That's a really rare list to be a part of, and a special one. So it was really special to get a win there. It's nice when you can win at the track that the championship comes down to. And, hopefully can get another shot at it next year.
And though that win came early, your best performances came during the playoffs. 2 third-place finishes in the last 2 races of the season. What did the 14 team discover that helped you guys find success?
Yeah, I think for us, we were really good at the start of the season. The summer, we had a couple flashes of speed, but we just never could put a whole race together, and a lot of that was on me. So I feel like in the playoffs, we just did a lot better job of putting whole races together and just trying to be there at the end. If we had a 12th place car, try to run 8th with it instead of trying to win with it. And I feel like we just did a lot better job of putting a whole race together, and I felt like it showed during the playoffs.
Well, Denny, 2 wins in 2022 and 9 top 10s in the 10 playoff races, including a 5th at that Martinsville race. How would you personally rank or rate your 2022 season?
I mean, obviously it wasn't good enough, but we really weren't that consistent until the actual playoffs started. And then I think we're at kind of our peak form at that point. But, yeah, it was just one of those years where we were wildly inconsistent for the first half of the year, and then we just kind of figured things out and really started performing when it counted there towards the end. But yeah, it's just a crazy season how it all ended up. I think I was in the 20s in points for the most of the year until it all ended up at the end. But you know, proud of the team and the effort they put forth.
All right, take off your driver jacket and put on your owner jacket. 2311 Racing won twice this year at Kansas. Now that you have 2 full seasons under your belt, how is it pulling double duty as a driver owner?
You know, shout out to Google Calendars for, you know, keeping everything straight. You know, without it, it wouldn't happen. Austin Payton, the world's best scheduler over there. You know, the entire team at Pro Sport that does a great job of helping me manage those 2 roles. But it's full time. You know, Joe told me I was a dummy for doing this years ago, and I'm really starting to believe it now. So, you know, it's just been a great ride, though. I honestly, I love the work aspect of it. I like waking up every morning, answering emails, getting on the next Zoom call or in-person meeting to work on building in the future, because obviously I want to have my place in the sport well beyond my driving days.
Well, Denny and Chase, great season and good luck in 2023.
A win at Las Vegas, a clutch victory at Martinsville, a ton of bonus points, and a wall ride for the ages. The path to Phoenix was different for each of the Championship 4 contenders, but the goal was the same: the biggest prize in American motorsports.
The most important race of the year outside of Phoenix. Can one of these drivers lock themselves into the Championship 4? Welcome to the Championship 4. Joey Logano just punched his ticket.
We're racing for a championship. Let's go!
It all comes down to this for the NASCAR Cup Series.
That points battle. Christopher Bell had to come in here and win this race. He did that. Right at the line. The one.
Oh, my goodness. I have never. That was wild. Mom and Dad, we did it! Woo!
Chastain, Elliott, Bell, and Logano.
This is going to be a great battle between these 4 drivers and 4 different teams and organizations.
Well, Chase Elliott, the 4th place in the championship and 2022 most popular driver. Whoo, pulled that one out, didn't you? Were you a little worried when your buddy Ryan Blaney went on his social media blitz that you should not be the most popular driver?
I know he's been throwing me in the ditch for the past 2 or 3 weeks, but no, just a huge thanks to all the fans. I told Ryan that he did good with that. I got a pretty good laugh, but if you need the trophy or need to borrow it or something, you know where my room's at. So.
Well, we have to address the elephant in the room. Do you eat chicken wings with a fork and knife? Is this really true?
Yeah, you know, look, I feel like I don't even have to answer that. You should know the answer to this. No, I don't do that. I don't know where he came up with that. Where'd you get that? I have never done that.
It was a pretty lofty accusation, I have to say, for a young man sponsored by a chicken wing company. So, yeah. You matched a career high with the 5 wins this year, the regular season title, the Championship 4 appearance yet again. What is it about the 9-team, you and Alan Gustafson, that allows you guys to be so strong on a consistent year-by-year basis?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it, just having a really good group. I mean, Alan never gets enough credit. I've enjoyed working with him a lot over the course of my career. I feel like he's elevated me to be a far improved driver from where I started, and that's really all you can ask for. And I feel like I've had extremely talented individuals around me for the entirety of my career, which has been extremely helpful, especially as a young guy coming into a difficult arena. But just really proud of our team. Thanks to our great partners at Napa and Chevrolet, first and foremost, for their support throughout the season. Looking forward to 2023, but seriously though, on a serious note, thanks to all the fans for voting and coming out, supporting us. The energy that you guys bring to our races week in and week out is what makes it exciting for us in the industry, and it makes a difference. So thank you for the votes. I look forward to seeing you guys in 2023.
The 2020 Cup Series champion, and much to Ryan Blaney's chagrin, the People's Champion every year. Kim?
Well, I'm with third place championship finisher Christopher Bell. And Christopher, you were able to earn victories in must-win races during the playoffs. The Roval, Martinsville. It was pretty amazing. What did you learn, though, about yourself in those clutch moments?
I don't know. That's a good question, but you know, ultimately it's up to the people around me that are giving me the resources to do it. And you know, I learned a long time ago that a driver is only as good as their team. And you know, I can't say enough about Adam Stevens, this entire 20 group, being paired with them in 2021, and you know, not having the practice and qualifying. It took a little bit to get on the same page, but at the end of this year, we really clicked, and I'm just super excited about getting the opportunity to go racing with him again, and I'm really excited about our future.
That Martinsville clock, that clock is one of the most coveted trophies and iconic trophies on the circuit. So, is it in a special place in your house? Where did it land?
Yeah, so I don't really have a bunch of trophies in my house, but I can promise you the Martinsville clock is there. And you know, I didn't really think that I'd be getting a Martinsville clock ever, and especially this early in my career. So, you know, once again, that's just a huge thank you to Adam. And he believed in me, and whenever our backs are against the wall, it would have been very easy for him to not put in the effort in that Martinsville car or that Charlotte Road Course car. And, you know, they showed up with two of the best cars we had all year when it mattered the most.
Do you wind the clock?
Every couple days. I don't know how many it is, but absolutely.
All right, it was a season to remember for the 20 team and Christopher Bell. Congratulations on a fantastic and successful 2022. Marty?
Ross Chastain, championship runner-up. Does that have a nice ring to it for you?
Yeah, with the fastest pit crew on pit road and the best crew in the garage, only one thing would have sounded better.
Yeah, that would be your car being right there, like Austin Cindric said, right? So, hey, I checked in with the NASCAR folks earlier today. The video of your move at Martinsville is now collectively up over 200 million views. Are you still getting fan reaction from that moment that puts you in the championship four?
Yes, I am. I was just home at 417 Speedway, my home track back home, and yeah, that's what everybody wants to talk about, right? So I'm looking forward to the days that, you know, more wins and more things overpower that, but I accepted on Monday morning after Martinsville that video will probably outlive me in this sport, and I'm the crazy guy that's proud enough to say I'm proud of it.
There you go. I know a lot of other drivers are jealous they didn't try it, so you still got that going. Trackhouse Racing, let's talk about the success this year. You and Daniel Suarez, first career wins. You get the championship for berth. If there's one thing you could narrow down to say, this is why we were so successful, what would it be?
The new car. NASCAR and the France family unveiled and rolled out a car that was, in my opinion, the largest reset this sport has ever seen. In my belief, from the very first race at the beach, there was a better designed car and a better built car. You could weld it together different. And as recently as last year, with my time in the 42 car, you could design and build a better car. And now we buy the cars, and it's reset it. And that's the reason that Trackhouse exists. It's the reason that Justin Marks and Pitbull and Ty Norris set out on this voyage. And the first time I heard about Trackhouse a few years ago directly involved the new car. And once we got our hands on it through the testing last offseason, we knew we had something special. And although Daniel and I speak different languages, we're more similar than anybody could ever imagine in a lot of ways. And we both dug in. And what's so cool is that we're so different, but we fuel each other in unique ways that I've ever had in a teammate. So I am proud of the effort, but it's the new car is why we've been able to do what we do, and we bought in early, and I'm excited for the future. This is our first at bat, so if this is our first try together as a group, I just can't wait for what tomorrow brings.
Well, you gave fans a season and a move to remember forever. Congratulations on an incredible year. All right. The NASCAR Cup Series season covers almost 13,000 miles of racing over 40 weeks in 20 states. So to stand as a Cup Series champion at the end of the year, well, you've earned it. To start the celebration for the NASCAR Cup Series champions, here's Kim.
First up, to accept the 2022 Manufacturer Championship, I'm joined by Director, NASCAR Programs for General Motors, Dr. Eric Warren. Now, Eric, for the second consecutive year, Chevrolet won an incredible 19 races. How important is this championship to your team following the debut of the next-gen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1?
Well, thank you, Kim. But first, I would like to recognize the other champions here tonight. Joey, Ty, Zane, and all their teams. Such a great job, great finish. Congratulations, job well done. You know, we set the goal of winning the Manufacturers Championship every year. This year was special. It was the first year of the next-gen Camaro. It's definitely something, sitting here last year, we really wanted to put our effort into. So we're very proud to bring home Chevrolet's 41st Manufacturers Championship and second in a row. And it really comes down, I want to give a big thanks to our Cup race teams. Hendrick Motorsports, 11 wins this year. The number of wins the last 2 years is incredible. Richard Childress Racing, Trackhouse, Petty GMS, Colleague, JTG, Spire, all of them contributed to winning this Manufacturers Championship for Chevrolet. I'd also like to thank GM Motorsports. We started work on this next-gen Camaro a long time ago with our teams and GM Motorsports together. You know, we had an advantage, and we embraced this car from day one, from the beginning. And I think the strength of that collaboration has shown with the 19 wins. And not just the 19 wins, but all types of racetracks, a lot of different drivers, and really the collaboration and the strength is what brought that. So I'd also like to thank GM Design, Engineering, IT. The collaboration with GM Motorsports really showed the strength of GM Engineering on the racetrack. And a special thanks to Jim Danahy, Jim Campbell, Russ Ablinas, Pat Suey, Shane Martin, and Dane Pantoni for their leadership and work throughout the year.
You also won the Bill France Performance Cup after another successful Xfinity Series season. So how important is the Xfinity program for the overall success of Chevrolet in NASCAR?
The Xfinity Series, 24 wins out of 33. So the second time it's been done, ties for the most wins in the series. We did it back in 1999. Again, an incredible performance by our teams. So if we look at our Xfinity teams, Junior Motorsports, 15 wins. Colleague, RCR, Jeremy Clements Racing, Big Machine Racing, all great wins this year. Xfinity is very important to Chevrolet. As we try to build driver talent and teams, we have to create a pathway. We talk about the winning tradition of Chevrolet at the Cup Series. Well, we have to build that winning culture at the Xfinity level in the lower series. So our support of Xfinity is very important. We want to make winning cars, winning culture to get those people ready for the Cup Series. And as we look at coming next year with Noah Gragson moving up and then AJ coming back to Cup, we couldn't be more excited, so it's very important.
You kind of touched on 2023. Besides those two drivers making the leap to the Cup Series, what else is Chevrolet looking forward to?
Well, first, talking about the next-gen car as a whole, we'd like to thank Jim France, Lisa France, Mike Helton, Steve Phelps, Steve O'Donnell, Ben Kennedy, John Probst, and all of NASCAR for really giving us as a manufacturer the opportunity to race in such a great series. You know, the excitement towards the next year, we've been working on the 2023 car for a long time as well now. So hopefully we can repeat that success. But we have a new venue with the Chicago Street Course coming back to North Wilkesboro, and we're ready to go. We can't wait.
We can't wait either. Eric, congratulations on Chevrolet's 41st NASCAR Cup Series Manufacturers Championship, and good luck in 2023. Now to start the honors for our Drivers' Championship team, here's Marty.
And we'll do that with Paul Wolf, the championship crew chief, the 2022 series title going to you guys. Paul, you're just one of 5 crew chiefs to get multiple championships. So how is this one different maybe than the first one you won back in 2010?
Well, gosh, 10 years have passed, and it's almost like that first one was so early in my career. It's like I didn't know any better, right? And now 10 years later to get a second one, it's pretty special. Shows how hard it really is to do this and to accomplish this. So, you know, but the guys I really want to recognize are the guys on the 22 team. I think they're sitting over here tonight, and, you know, I put the plan together, but it's up to those guys to execute it, and proud of what they've done this year. And then, of course, Joey, what can I say? He's the guy that motivates us all. You know, I don't show a whole lot of emotion. I think he carries the emotion for me. And he let everyone know we were going to win this thing right away. And I'm like, oh, man, maybe we should have backed it down here a little bit. But he was that confident. And I think it's, like I said, it's because of the team we've put together. And we continue to grow that. And it's been a fun year for sure.
Yeah, Rogers told us earlier he was proud of you when you smiled. He said he finally saw a smile from you at the championship race. How did winning Las Vegas, though, at the beginning of the round of 8, knowing 2 weeks earlier that you would be in the championship 4, how did that help you out? Maybe more than the other teams who didn't know until the last minute.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. You know, it's hard to quantify that. You get the question a lot, right? But I feel like we took advantage of it. You know, we focused for those 2 weeks. We all put a plan together, and thanks to, you know, our teammates working with Jeremy Bolins, Jonathan Hassler, Brian Wilson, those guys, Travis, kind of keeping the whole group together. We went to Phoenix with a plan, you know, and I felt as ready as I could be, but until you run those first laps and see what speed you have in the car, you know, then you take a deep breath, and from there it was like, let's not screw this thing up. And I knew we had a great opportunity. And if we gave Joey the car, there was no doubt in my mind he was going to get it done.
Well, this new car was a curveball for every race team. So how much did you have to unlearn as a team, and how much did Joey have to unlearn as a driver early in the year to be successful late in the year?
Well, I mean, this car brought a lot of challenges, but with those challenges is opportunities, right? And it starts with every department within the company. It's not just what happens once we get to the racetrack. It's when we see the chassis come in the building to hang in the bodies. It's all the departments within Team Penske, and I'm really proud of you know, how we stepped up. We had our struggles throughout the middle part of the season. We took advantage of our Homestead Miami test, found the speed we needed, and obviously that was the turning point for us, winning that Vegas race and putting us in a great spot to finish out.
Well, congratulations on a second championship for you and delivering one for Joey Logano as well.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, Paul Wolfe, championship crew chief, everyone. Kim?
I'm now joined by the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion owner, the captain, Roger Penske. Now, Roger, it has been a phenomenal year for Team Penske. You have done everything in motorsports. Where do you place this season when you look at the win at the LA Coliseum, the Daytona 500 win, the IndyCar Championship, and then to top things off, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship?
Well, Kim, before I start tonight, for all of us, I know we have our thoughts and prayers for the Gibbs family, the loss of their son, Coy. He was a great part of the NASCAR family, and Joe, our families are with you. Real opportunity for us here in 2022 when you think about, you mentioned Joey starting out at the Coliseum, and then Cindric winning the Daytona 500, you know, the crown jewel of the series. And of course, Blaney took all the money home, didn't he, at the All-Star race. But I really think that, you know, that was the start of a journey. You know, the new car, understanding it, and having the opportunity to really put our people towards it. And as Rick Hendricks has told me many times, and think of the championship that he's won, it's about your people. We have 400 people back in Mooresville, and that 22 crowd's over here. Where are you guys? I want to hear from you tonight. Are you here tonight? All right, that's better. Great job out there. But to think about what they've done, but it takes leadership. And Tim Cindric, obviously, the president of Team Penske, and Mike Nelson and Travis Geisler. These guys have just been terrific to build this team during 2022. And to think about the sponsors that we've had, Auto Trader, certainly AAA. And when you look at that car, to see it going around there at Phoenix lap after lap in the lead was just something special for me. And, of course, without these sponsors, you can understand how important that is. But my biggest sponsor is my wife. 48 years, I have to thank her tonight for giving me the continued support of where we are. But and I couldn't say enough about the Ford Motor Company and what they've did for us during this season, and where we've been with them now, I think, for almost 10 years. But tremendous effort. I think someone said it earlier, we got some pretty good engines there at the end. So, guys, that was our secret weapon. But real honor to be here tonight, and thank you for your comments.
Well, Paul talked about Joey and his uncanny ability behind the wheel. I want to hear from you, though. As Joey grew through Team Penske, what have you seen in him?
Well, he's a leader. He's a leader on the track and off the track. There's no question about it. And he and Brittany, you know, with the foundation, what they do for everyone. You don't realize that. And I'll tell you a story. Let's go back to 2018, the night before the final race of the championship, Brittany and Joey were giving out turkeys to homeless people in Homestead. That's the kind of guy he is, and I take my hat off. He's taken a leadership position in the team, and obviously we've signed him up for 5 more years, so we're going to have to live together with wins and losses.
Well, all 3 drivers at Team Penske made the playoffs this season. It's a unique young group. When you look at your team, how excited are you about the future of Team Penske?
How about an average 29 years old, these 3 drivers? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Very good.
820 race experience they have, so we're ready to go, you guys out there, so I'm counting on them next year, but hope we're standing here next year. We can say hello to you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Congratulations on an outstanding season and your 3rd NASCAR Cup Series championship.
Joey, got more room in the airplane for more awards? Got enough room to take them all home? All right, here come 2 more. Presented earlier this afternoon, Joey Logano will take home the traditional gold replica of his number 22 Ford for winning the Goodyear Gold Car Award. In addition, Logano's dominant performance at Phoenix earned him his 2nd Sunoco Diamond Performance Award, given annually to the NASCAR Cup Series champion.
And now, to help present the most prestigious award in NASCAR, the Bill France Cup, please welcome NASCAR President Steve Phelps.
Good evening. Let's rewind to the very first event of the season. What unfolded at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum as the next-gen race car roared in its debut was nothing short of extraordinary. But the winner, that was familiar. Seeing him celebrate a NASCAR Cup Series victory has become the norm, a part of his surefire Hall of Fame story. Outside the race car, he's a loving husband, a doting father to his 3 children. Inside the race car, he's one of NASCAR's elite. He's skilled, passionate, and tenacious. So when he declared himself the favorite to win the title a day before the championship race in Phoenix, and that knowing smile appeared, this moment became predictable. The 22 in 22. He called his shot, and he nailed it.
Here comes Joey Logano.
The 22.
Logano is flying right here.
Joey Logano beginning to pull away now. Look at him, here he comes. Another run here by Logano. Absolutely dominant performance by the driver of the 22.
Nice job, dude. Just bring it home here.
Logano wins it. Series looking for number 2. Logano has been the class of the field all day long. Logano is a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Champion, baby, champion. Yes, 22 and 22, I told you so.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the greatest drivers in motorsports history, Mario Andretti.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I bet some of you are wondering, what's Mario doing up here? What did he have to do to deserve this gig? Well, I had to do some reflecting myself. And I came up with 3 possible reasons. And the first one is, Joey and I are good friends. We're friends, but Joey has a lot of friends. And the second reason is that I think I have to look for something that we would have in common. And the second one is that we both won the Daytona 500, but what's special to us is that we're the only two Italian names on that roster of winners. And I reminded him of that when he won it. So there we go. Now, what might have cemented the situation is the third one, and that is that we're both immigrants. I immigrated from Italy to Pennsylvania, and he immigrated from Connecticut to North Carolina. So I think that one did it. Obviously, the entire season has been well illustrated, but I'll take you right to Phoenix. And, you know, here it is. There's 4 drivers that, you know, obviously have the opportunity and you know, to win this championship. And you could have 2 mindsets. One, you know what? All I have to do is, no matter where I finish, as long as I finish, you know, in front of the other 3. And that would be like winning by a field goal. But when I saw practice and I saw qualifying with Joey, and I see that they're putting this car on pole, I mean, they serve notice. They're not going for a field goal. They're going for a touchdown. And we saw that in the race. I mean, he took off, and he led the most laps. And I mean, it wasn't easy. Obviously, he had earned for every inch of it, no question. But the part that was so, to me, incredible was that last pit stop. And this is where team with a capital T comes in. And this is win or lose right there, at least an opportunity. And I mean, it was flawless. And he exited the pits, and obviously he's going to be in clean air for the start. And and obviously the team gave him the opportunity, and Joey knew what to do with it. And you know what? 30 laps later, touchdown. And to be honest with you, that was amazing, 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 amazing. So without further ado, let's bring this champion up here, the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano.
He said the podium was for me. He couldn't see over it. You know, something that's so cool about Mario Andretti being up here. For me, when I was a kid, 6, 7 years old, I got a picture signed from Mario Andretti. It said, "To Joey, always chase your dreams." And I had that in my room for so long. And well, he's already gone, but how about this for a dream? We're living out the dream now, which is just absolutely incredible. But tonight, I want to celebrate our industry just as much as what we've done this year. The next-gen car, it was such a challenge for everybody, right? Huge opportunity, but a lot of change, a lot of growing pains that went along with it. And it took, a new way of thinking, right? Not just the next-gen car, but the next-gen way of thinking, the practices, the way we officiate at the racetrack, the way NASCAR was able to rise to the occasion with us to be able to put on some good races. The fans, right? The fans were able to be patient with us, knowing that there's going to be some challenges along with it. But I think overall, we all can sit here tonight and say 2022 was a huge success. And a lot of that, like I said, was to NASCAR, but also I got to thank everyone on the Driver Advisory Council, especially Jeff Burton, was a huge, huge piece, I think, to the success of this season. I want to thank our network partners, Fox, NBC, SiriusXM, for helping us connect with the fans, right? We got this great racing, we got great content. We're able to put that out there is huge. And something I realized in 2018 when we won the championship was how big our team really was. When I was able to go around and go to Shell's headquarters, go to Ford's headquarters, and you start to realize how many people this impacts, there's a lot more Christmas gifts under the tree, is what I've realized. And so we have plenty of people to thank here tonight. It starts with the leadership. Roger Penske, Kathy Penske, you guys took a risk on me 10 years ago now, and here we are 2 championships later as a driver that didn't have many options out there, and you guys took that risk, committed to me along with Shell and Pennzoil for this long. It really means a lot. Congratulations on winning not only the Cup Series championship, but the IndyCar championship in the same year. It's never happened before, guys. That's a huge deal for Team Penske, so congratulations on that. Roger likes to always talk about how important human capital is. That's what he likes to talk about. I like to say it's hard to fly like an eagle when you're working with a bunch of turkeys. And obviously there's a bunch of eagles inside Team Penske, and I'll start kind of naming some of them off here for you. Walt Zarnicki, your trust, your friendship, our phone calls that we have weekly means so much. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Walt. And obviously some other great leaders within our company, Bud Danker, Tim Cindric, Mike Nelson, Travis Geisler, Jonathan Gibson. Your leadership within our company is second to none. And it's always the Penske way, right? That's what we always like to say, and doing things at an elite level. The 300-plus employees at the shop building these race cars, obviously a big challenge with the next-gen car and learning a lot of things, so thank you to that. The 60,000 Penske Corp employees around the world, there's a lot of support coming down the line here for Penske. We got at least 100 members of the team here tonight. They're out here somewhere having a big time. There we go. I hear you. I hear you. My teammates, Ryan, Austin, and Harrison, you guys, the teamwork they were able to bring together. We keep talking about this next-gen car, but how we're lost dogs out there sometimes, not knowing what direction to go next, and how we're all able to work together to build ultimately a championship season for all of us. So thank you for your partnership there. The 22 team, 22 and 22. We did it, boys. We did it. That's so special to be able to do this for the first year with this car. We stuck together. There wasn't, all highlights, right? We look at the highlights up here tonight, but the lowlights is really what makes a team. And there was moments of that, obviously, throughout this year. And but what I thought was great about this team is it rose to the occasion when the playoffs came around. When the pressure was on, they were there. They truly loved the pressure. I put the pressure on them by saying we're the favorites because I know they're better that way. So I got to thank them. I got to thank my spotter and best friend, Coleman Presley. You've always been a great sounding board for me, not only on the racetrack but in life, and he tells me the truth even when it hurts. It's very good, so thank you for that. Thank you. Paul Wolf, I said he's the MVP of the team. He leads our race team in such a great way, in a way that he takes all the information in. He's not above anybody. He's always taking in the info from anybody on the team to make the best decision. You pushed me harder than I've ever been pushed before. I knew how bad you wanted it when the playoffs started, just by seeing your attitude, and I love that, and I can't wait to do this again with you. So congratulations to Paul and the whole team. And obviously, there's a team at home. And I think everyone here tonight with your spouses and realize that it's not easy to go racing every single weekend and leave your spouse or your kids. It's hard. It's hard for everyone at home. Raising kids sometimes on your own a few days a week isn't easy. So I have a MVP at home as well. And I think some of you know her as my hot-ass wife. Look how beautiful she is. I don't know how I did. I must have a great personality because I don't know how look at me. I don't know how I did that. But you've been such a rock at home, raising our kids. It's challenging, right? It's so hard every single day. And you instill such great morals in myself, but also our kids. Been just a great wife that I can lean on anytime. So thank you. I love you. Thank you. To my mom and dad, we were watching some home videos over Thanksgiving, and I saw my mom caring for us, saw my dad trying to run a business At the same time, let me live my life and live my dream out as being a race car driver and the juggle of all that. The juggle is real, guys. It's not easy to do. And to be able to let me live my dream means so much. To my in-laws, Ray and Michelle, they're babysitting the kids right now, so they got their hands full. So thank you for that. I want to thank my team at JLR. We're a pretty small, tight-knit group, but to be able to keep the details together, make sure we win off the racetrack just as big as we win on the racetrack means a lot. Roush Yates, they're bringing the ponies, bringing the horsepower. Thank you. I know sometimes I may not be the easiest one to work with, but that constant improvement, incredible durability that you brought to the table, definitely showing up the most in the playoffs, so thank you for that. Obviously, we've got some great partners in the room here tonight. Ford, I'll start with Ford for sure. We've won championships in a Fusion. We've won it now in a Mustang. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see the new Mustang in person. I know that's going to be awesome. So thank you to all the employees around the world. Speaking of global brands, Shell and Pennzoil, 10 years we've been together on this race car. Everyone knows when they see that yellow car, it means Shell and Pennzoil is on the car. It means that I'm driving it and it's a Penske car. And I think that brand identity is something that means so much. You've been a technical partner. On top of that, the fluids in our race car are made especially for our car by Pennzoil. So that means so much. Thank you for that. Coca-Cola, you've been with me from the beginning. 15 years I've been part of the Coca-Cola racing family. Obviously that what they stand for and what they do for our sport means a lot. Auto Trader, AAA, you guys have been on the race car for quite some time as well. Thank you for your support. And on to the why. Right? Why do we do what we do? We have this amazing platform that God's given us to come up here and talk to you guys. And the Joey Logano Foundation is really the why, right? My wife always said, do you want trophies or people around you? And I say both. And there's a way to fill up that cup with people. And one of the favorite things that we do is a JL Kids Crew partnership, and where we're able to bring kids to the racetrack that have had life-changing experiences. And a lot of the drivers here have seen that throughout the year. And you guys take your time to sign their autographs and say hello. And everybody in this room has some really big hearts. And I appreciate what you guys do for that. So important. And, I'll leave you guys with this. And to all the young racers out there, coming from a guy that's made plenty of mistakes, and a lot of them are still out there. They're on YouTube if you want to see them. My son's starting to learn how to YouTube, so I'm really careful about that. But I have no regrets when it comes to the mistakes that I've made, because it's made me who I am and the person I am today. So I challenge everybody to take risks, make the big moves, stand up for what's right, because it's really not about winning and losing. It's about winning and growing. So I challenge everyone to take those risks, make those mistakes, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I'll see you at the Clash. Thank you.
Well, what better way to close the 2022 season than with the number 22? Like Joey said, the 22 in 22. Congratulations. Well, it has been another exciting year in NASCAR, from the drop of the green flag at the LA Coliseum to the wave of the checkered flag in Phoenix.
Congratulations once again to Joey Logano, Ty Gibbs, and Zane Smith as well, and all the champions in the room tonight. On behalf of NASCAR, thank you to the city of Nashville for once again hosting the championship celebration, and of all of you for being here to celebrate this year's championship teams. Hope everyone has a relaxing offseason, because before you know it, the 2023 season will be here, and it's a big one, NASCAR's 75th anniversary.
That's right, Marty. The 2023 season will kick off on the West Coast in February at the second Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. And from there, it's off to the World Center of Racing for the 65th running of the Daytona 500 on February 19th, Kim.
And for the first time in this sport's long history, the NASCAR Cup Series stars will race on the streets of the big city. NASCAR will head to Chicago over July 4th weekend to make history and make plenty of memories. The 75th anniversary season all kicks off January 20th with the annual NASCAR Hall of Fame induction ceremony, where Matt Kenseth, Kurt Shelmerdine, and Herschel McGriff earn their deserved spot at the pinnacle of NASCAR.
There's so much to look forward to in 2023, but for now, time to close the book on 2022. Congratulations to all the champions. See you in Los Angeles. Good night, everyone.